right, we're gonna start by coming into a child's pose. So if you can, you'll keep your knees together and you'll let your forehead come down to rest on the mat. If you need to spread your knees to get your forehead resting on the ground, that's okay too. You do want your forehead resting. So spread your knees as wide as you need to get the forehead resting here. So before we just relax into this, we'll make it slightly active. So keep your hands shoulder width distance apart and your fingers spread wide, and press into your hands a little bit to press the sit bones back towards the heels, finding a little more length in the spine. And then you can just kind of settle into this. See if you can feel a melting through the heart, relaxing your shoulders and your face. We're gonna start to breathe together a little bit. So empty all the air. Now inhale through the nose to that space behind your heart and fill it all the way up. Feel that space expanding with your breath. And on the exhale, feel a softening through the face and the shoulders and melting through the heart. So see how long you can make each breath last, using all of your focus, all of your attention to stay with this breath a little bit longer. Letting this breath, this prana, this life force, fill your entire being, filling up your mind so there's no space there for anything else. If it's helpful, you can count the seconds of your inhale, trying to make it 4, maybe even 5 or 6 seconds, and then holding at the top. And try to make the exhale just as long. So we're breathing through the nose, but imagine you're just taking little tiny sips of air, like through a straw, just the tiniest little stream of air, so you can make this breath last as long as possible. See if you can feel the inner body. Maybe just a tingling in your hands, the sensation of being alive. See if there's anywhere else you can feel that, maybe in your feet. With each inhale, see if you can feel that in another part of the body, maybe starting to feel it all over through the heart space, in the face. As we start to move, see if you can keep this deep connection with the breath and that awareness of the inner body. We're just gonna walk our hands over to the right, lengthening the left side of the body. If you want a little bit more, you can place the left hand right on top of the right hand. So keep rooting back through that left sit bone. So your sit bones are pressing down and back. Inhale a little more length into the whole left side of the body, filling that space behind the heart again. And on the exhale, melting, softening through the face and the shoulders, emptying all the way out. Slowly walk it back through center and over to the left now. Maybe placing the right hand on top of the left for a little bit more. Rooting back through that right sit bone, inhaling length into the whole right side, taking one more little sip of air, and then slowly letting that air out as you settle in a little deeper.
Where'd you go, Rachelle?
You're gonna snip it. Do it. Hello, everybody. Where did Rachelle go? No, they can't hear me. No, nobody hears anybody. Oh. Hi, I'm Rachelle's mom. But I don't know where she went.
I think if we all X out and then re-click open, because she has to start it because she's the host.
Okay, so we'll all
X out and like maybe wait like 3 minutes.
Okay.
It says pop back on, hopefully.
Okay, let's try it.
Okay.
Leave meeting.
I think you're right. There. But I can't get my camera on. Well, I think they can.
Rachel, you're muted.
Hi, I'm back online. I don't know what happened. You're all still here. Yay. Hi, Shane.
Howdy.
Okay, well, this has never happened before. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Let's just get right back to it, huh? We're in child's pose and we're lifting the wrists up off the ground on tented fingertips, yeah? So head is resting. Feel that stretch under the upper arms. And now slowly come on up. Come on up to kneeling on the knees. All right, we're gonna curl the toes under behind us and sit back on the heels. All right, so your knees are together, your feet are together, your toes are curled under, and then you're sitting on the heels, opening the arch of the feet. Now at the same time, we're gonna do a little wrist stretch. So reach your hands forward, palms facing out, thumbs facing down. Place your right hand over your left, interlace your fingers. Draw your hands in, up, out, and down. Inhale a little more length into your spine, filling all the way up. Exhale, soften the shoulders down the back, soften through the face. Stay with your breath. So try to find stillness within our movements here by not letting yourself fidget or even move your eyes around. Using all of your awareness and attention to stay right here in this moment with this breath. And now a switch. You can shake the hands out a little bit first if you like. And then again, reach the hands out, palms face out, thumbs face down, left over right this time. Interlace, fingers in, up, out, and down. Inhale, length into the spine. Fill your body with this prana, this presence. Exhale, softness through your face, softness through your shoulders. And release, shake it out a little bit. Bring your hands to the ground, pat the feet out. We'll do a few rounds of cat-cow. So on the inhale, drop the belly low, shine the heart forward, look up, fill up. Exhale, round it out, tuck the chin to the chest, tuck the tailbone under. Now see how long you can make each breath and each move last. Feel this fluid, wave-like motion coming over the spine. Start to engage the Ujjayi pranayama by constricting the back of the throat slightly to make that audible ocean sound with the breath. If you're not familiar with it, it's like if you had your mouth open and you were trying to fog up a mirror, like you'd close your mouth, but still try to do that same Darth Vader kind of sound. On your next exhale, slowly come all the way up to downward facing dog. Take your time. Once you get there, you can move around however you like here, maybe bending one knee as you press the opposite heel into the mat. Maybe swaying the hips a little bit. Your head is hanging heavy. Your breath is deep and slow. Your fingers are spread wide, hands directly under the shoulders. Not stacked, just the same distance as the shoulders, yeah? Press through the fingers and knuckles just a little bit more to press those sit bones up and back. And now slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale to lift up halfway, shine your heart forward, find a nice flat back. And exhale, fold. We'll do that 3 more times with our breath. See how long you can make each inhale as you press into the shins to shine the heart forward and roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold, pull the belly in and up out of the way, let your head be heavy, fold a little deeper, empty every last drop. Now that tiny little stream of air through the nose to inhale for 4. Exhaling just as slowly as you fold in deeply. One more time, make it the deepest, slowest breath. See how long you can make it last. See if you can find any more length in the spine. Press down into your feet. Exhale, fold. All right, step your feet together, bend your knees, and grab your elbows behind your knees. Let your head hang down. Now start to press down into the feet. You can rock a little more weight into the balls of the feet to start to lift the sit bones up and back, maybe starting to straighten into the legs. Draw the shoulders out of the ears a little bit, belly in and up out of the way. Find your breath, find stillness here. Now release your arms, bend your knees a lot. Keep your knees right where they're at and reach your arms forward and then up towards the ceiling. So your knees are stacked over your ankles, you're pressing your booty back. Now look forward or up. You can bring the hands together and gaze up at the thumbs if that doesn't feel like too much. Now press down into the feet. Imagine you're not only pressing the feet down, but you're energetically trying to spread them apart and see how that creates an internal rotation of the thighs. Stand up, find a little backward bend, pressing into the feet, lifting through the heart. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Okay, you can have your feet together or your feet hip-width distance apart. But get all your toes facing forward, outside edge of your feet parallel to each other. Let's really come into the feet here, because a lot of times we're not really aware of what we're doing down there, and we'll do weird stuff, putting our weight in one part of the feet. And so in yoga, we're really trying to correct a lot of those things we do. So pick the toes up, spread them out, press them down. So press down through all 4 corners of the feet evenly. Now feel the quads lifting up. So feel how that's different than pressing the quad back and locking the knee. You're lifting the quad up to engage it and protect the knee. Now draw the low belly in and up. Now lift up through the heart. Palms are facing forward. Press into the feet. See if you can grow a little taller through the crown of the head without becoming rigid. So soften the shoulders down the back, soften the face. Now find stillness here. Keeping your gaze fixed on something, keeping your breath steady. Yoga is supposed to still the fluctuations of the mind. By keeping the breath and the gaze steady, we steady the mind. All right, keep the shoulders rooting down as you inhale, reach out through the fingers. Squeeze the palms together firmly. Exhale, draw the hands through heart center. 3 more times with the breath. See how long you can make each breath and each move last. Press into the feet, lift the quads up, inhale, reach up, fill up, squeeze the palms together, lift a little higher. Exhale, draw the hands through heart center. Empty lungs completely, draw the belly in and up. Inhale, reach through the fingers, find this big stretch. Don't let the shoulders come along, keep them drawing down the back. Find a little more space. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, make it the deepest, slowest breath. Press down into the feet, lift up through the quads. Inhale, reach up, fill up. This time we'll hinge at the hips as we draw the hands down the center line. Bring the hands all the way down to the ground. Shake your head a little bit, let it hang heavy. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Walk it forward into plank pose. So it's like a high push-up now. With your shoulders stacked directly over your wrists, fingers spread wide. Back of the neck is long, so you're looking down and not at the camera. Your neck is an extension of your spine, so visualize that nice long line that is your spine, continuing through the neck. Pressing into the hands to lift that space between the shoulders a little bit higher. Feel the quads lifting up off the knees. Feel the core engaged, feel your strength here. Stay with this breath. And then lower your knees. And then your chest, and then your chin. Flatten all the way down to the belly, untucking the toes. So your hands are under the shoulders, elbows hugging in tight. Act like a snake that's trying to slither forward a little bit, using your hands to pull your heart forward a little bit, and then press into the feet to lift the heart up, baby cobra. Draw the shoulders back and down, keep the back of the neck long. Exhale, slowly roll back down. 3 more times with your breath. See how long you can make it last. Press into the feet. First, pull the heart forward and then lift up, fill up. Exhale just as slowly, lowering back down. 2 more times with your own breath, finding length, creating space in your body, space in your mind. After you finish, you'll press back to child's pose and you'll lift it up, downward facing dog. Now step your feet in just a little bit closer to your hands. Reach your right hand back, grab the outside edge of your left calf or ankle. Let your head stay heavy. Try not to let your structure be tilted here. So press into the left hand a little more to keep lifting those sit bones up and back evenly. And release the right hand back down to the ground. Reach the left hand back for the outside of the right ankle or right shin. Head is heavy, breath is deep. Lower the left hand back down. Inhale, come up onto the tippy toes. See how high you can come up on the toes? Take one more little sip of air. Open mouth, exhale, sink into your heels. One more time, make it last a little longer. Inhale, up high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Now keep your hips in line. All right, so don't let your hip turn open to the side. Keep that foot flexed and your toes pointing at the ground so your hips are in one line from the side. Press into your hands evenly. Don't let your structure be tilted here. Your arms are straight and strong, head is heavy, breath is deep. Now come up on the tippy toes of that left foot. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Try to actually touch your knee to your nose here. Your shoulders are stacked over your wrists now. Inhale, shoot it back up. Press down into the left heel. Reach up through the right heel. Now come up on the tippy toes and slowly exhale your knee to your nose. Round it out. One more time. Heel up, press the left heel down. Come up on the toes. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Lower the left knee all the way down to the ground. So your knee is stacked over your ankle. Untuck those back toes and reach forward and up. So we keep our hips facing forward. You might need to draw the right hip back into the socket a little bit, trying to peel that left hip flexor open. If your knee's coming over your ankle, slide your foot out a little bit more. Reach up out of the waist. Maybe your hands come together. Maybe you gaze up at the thumbs if that's not too much. Feel the heart lifting and the shoulders softly drawing down the back. Find stillness here and stay with this breath just a little bit longer. Lower your hands to the ground, step the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, fold. Now lower your booty back behind you, so you're bending the knees, but you're not letting the knees move. The knees stay stacked over the ankles, you're just lowering the booty back there. Now sweep the floor and lift the upper body up. We're trying to stack the shoulders over the hips, so keep drawing that upper body back more. Press down into the feet. I imagine you're spreading them apart. Draw the low belly in and up, lift the heart. Maybe hands come together and you gaze up at the thumbs. Press into the feet, rise up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Inhale, reach out, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, lead with the heart, press down into the feet. Keep your core engaged to protect your back. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to plank pose, stacking shoulders over wrists, back of the neck is long, so you're looking down. So nothing drooping, nothing hanging, not hanging down here at all. Arms are straight and strong, pressing you away from the mat. Quads are engaged, core is engaged. Find stillness here, find your strength. Now you can lower knees, chest, chin, baby cobra, or you can rock forward onto the toes and slowly lower the shoulders to elbow height, and then flip one foot at a time or both at the same time. Inhale, lift the heart, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, come up high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into your heels. One more time, make it last. Inhale, lift the left foot up, keep the hips in line. So keep that foot flexed, toes point at the ground, arms straight and strong, head is heavy, breath is deep. Maybe you can sink into that right heel a little more and press back through the left heel like you could lengthen your spine here. Come up on the tippy toes, exhale, bring your knee to your nose, round it out, try to touch it. 2 more times with your own breath. Moving slowly, breathing deeply. This time we'll step it through, stacking knee over ankle. Inhale, reach forward and up. So you can sink in a little bit here, peeling that right hip flexor open. But notice the difference between kind of dumping your weight in and keeping this engagement. Left foot pressing down and drawing back, just like that left hip drawing back into the socket. Belly drawing in and up, heart lifting up. Keeping your gaze fixed. Lower the hands, step the right foot forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Without moving your knees, bend them deeply by lowering the booty. Sweep the floor. Find that powerful chair pose, pressing the feet down and spreading them apart. Do you feel that? Do you feel how when you press them down and spread, your thighs turn in towards each other, creating this internal rotation, really firing up the legs? Stand up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Now keep your hands here at your heart. Let your head slightly bow to the heart and close your eyes. Pressing down into the feet, lifting up through the quads, doing all the things, starting with your little checklist from foundation up. See if you can feel that subtle energy body here in the hands, in the heart space. Now as we move through these poses, in a lot of poses, it's really easy to feel that sensation of having a body or being alive because your quads are like screaming at you. But let's see if you can just interpret it as the sensation of having a body instead of like, oh man, this is hard or this sucks. Think about it like, oh, I have a body. I am able-bodied enough to create this sensation in my body and just invite that prana, that life force to move through you a little bit more, okay? Bend the knees enough to sweep the floor. Find that powerful chair pose. Find your strength here. See if you can sink in a little more. Rock a little weight into the heels. Use all of your attention, all of your awareness to keep your gaze steady. Trying not to find any extra movements here. Finding stillness. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank and lower through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Keeping the hips in line, inhale, lift the right leg up. Keep that foot flexed. Come up on the toes, exhale, right knee, right armpit. Hold here for strength. Shoulders over wrists, back of the neck long. One more inhale, shoot it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left armpit. Shoulders over wrists, belly drawing in and up. Inhale, shoot it back up. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. And now try to straighten into the legs, shifting the hips back. Tuck your chin towards the chest, lower your forehead down towards that right leg. Keep drawing the right hip back into the socket to keep both hips facing forward. And now bend into the right knee a lot, shine the heart forward, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, try to straighten into the legs. Maybe those right toes even lift up off the ground and draw back towards the nose. Inhale, bend the right knee a lot, shine the heart forward, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs. One more time, right knee bends, inhale, shines the heart forward. Exhale, lift those hips up. Lower the right toes down, step the left foot in about 1.5 feet, maybe even 2 feet. So now there's 2 or 3 feet between your feet. Right toes are facing forward, left toes turned out to a 45. Both hips still facing forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, fold. Try to lay your body on that leg. Tuck your chin to your chest, try to touch your forehead to the leg. Now press into the right foot a little bit more to try to lift the right hip up and back, because more than likely that right hip is a little bit lower than the left hip right now. Find your breath. Now bend into the right knee and shoot the left foot up high like standing splits. Keep your hips in line, so keep that left foot flexed. Let your head be heavy. Draw the shoulders out of the ears, the belly in and up out of the way. Rock a little weight into the right toes. Shoot that left foot up a little higher. Now step the left foot outside the right foot so your pinky toes can touch. Your right foot might need to step back to get those pinkies together. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Head is heavy. Shake it out a little bit. You can stay right here if this is enough, or you can start to walk it over to the right. Walking back through center and over to the left. Back to center, root down into the right foot. Shoot the left foot up high like standing splits. And now slowly come all the way to standing, bringing that left knee up with you. Bring that left knee up high. We'll come into tree pose. So we're gonna press the left foot into the right thigh. If you need to keep the left toes on the ground like a little kickstand, you can. Don't place the foot on the knee, okay? Maybe you wanna help it up nice and high. As you press your foot into your thigh, press your thigh back into your foot with equal pressure. Scoop the hips forward a little bit, let that knee fall back and bring your hands to your heart. Now imagine you are a tree, rooting down into that right foot to try to grow a little bit taller. Feel the heart lifting, lengthen through the crown. Keep your gaze steady. Use your exhale to soften through the face, soften through the shoulders. And now we're gonna place that left ankle on top of the right knee, making a figure 4 here, bending into the right knee. We're trying to get the knees the same height. So we're trying to lower that left knee more. Bring your hands to your heart and keep drawing the upper body back, trying to stack shoulders over hips. Or if you want to, you can hinge at the hips and reach the fingertips down towards the ground. Or you can find a twist here, bringing your hands to your heart, turning and twisting to the right, trying to hook that left elbow on the bottom of the foot. Soften through the right ankle and the right knee to sink in for one more breath. And slowly come back up. And release. Feet are together, press them down. Grow a little bit taller, draw the shoulders back and down. Inhale, reach out, lengthen up. Squeeze your palms together, lift your fingers a little higher. Exhale, swan dive. Keep your core engaged. Empty every last drop of air. Let that inhale lift you halfway up and fill you all the way up. Exhale, chaturanga. So on one exhale, you lower the hands, you walk or hop it back, and you lower down. Inhale lifts you, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, come up high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into your heels. One more time, make it last. Now let's just lower down to the knees into a child's pose to come back to our breath. Let your forehead rest. See if you can come back to that 5 or 6 count inhale and make the exhale just as long. Now see if you can really commit for the second half of class to being right here. Not letting the other 10,000 things that could hijack your mind come in. Just deciding to use all of your awareness, all of your attention to make this breath last just a little bit longer. Interlace your fingers back behind your sit bones and reach your arms up and overhead, maybe even up towards the top of your mat. Keep relaxing through your face and your shoulders. Stay with your breath. And release your hands, walk them back out in front of you. Come back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left foot up. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Hold here. Yeah, maybe finding an arm balance. Next inhale, shoot it back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right armpit. Hold here. Next inhale, shoot it back up. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. And try to straighten into the legs now. Keep your hips facing forward. Fold your body down, maybe placing it on that leg. Tuck your chin to your chest. And now inhale, bend the left knee, shine the heart forward. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, lift the hips, try to straighten into the legs. Maybe those left toes lift up off the ground. Inhale, bend the left knee. Radiate that heart forward, fill up. Exhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs. One more time, inhale, bend that left knee. Exhale, hips lift up. Now step the right foot in a couple feet, pyramid pose. Right toes kicked out at 45. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Try to place the body on the leg, tuck the chin to the chest, maybe forehead touches leg. Now press into the left foot a little more to lift the left hip up and back to keep your hips in one line from the side. Find your breath. Bend into the left knee, shoot the right foot up high like standing splits. Keep your hips in line, keep your head heavy. So it's gonna feel like you're lifting the left hip up and back and lowering the right hip down. Keep that right foot flexed, keep pressing through the heel. And now lower the right foot to the outside of the left foot. Get your pinky toes together by maybe stepping that left foot back. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Shake your head a little bit. Make sure you're not holding tension here. Stay here if you like, or take a little walk over to the left. And over to the right. Slowly come back to center, root into the left foot, shoot the right foot up high, and then slowly come to standing. Bring that right knee with you. We'll come into tree pose here. So maybe you help that foot up nice and high and press it into your thigh. Pressing the thigh back into the foot for equal pressure. Bring your hands to your heart. Scoop the hips forward, let that knee fall back and feel that rooting to rise here as you press the left foot down like you would press it through the floor, growing a little bit taller. Using that exhale to soften the face, soften the shoulders. Find your drishti, your focal point, something you're keeping your gaze fixed on. Good job, guys. Now we'll place that right ankle on the left knee and bend into the knees, finding that figure four. Hands to the heart, upper body drawing back. Or you can start to hinge at the hips and bring the fingers towards the ground. Or you can turn and twist to the left, hooking that right elbow on the bottom of that foot. Softening the left ankle and the left knee to sink in a little bit deeper. Slowly come back up and release. Feet pressing down, heart lifting up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, lengthen all the way down. Empty every last drop of air. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back to plank pose and find that nice long line of energy here. And now without moving your hands, just walk or slide your feet back till your elbows come down to the ground. Now your shoulders are stacked over your elbows. Hands directly out in front of the elbows. Back of the neck is still long because it's an extension of the spine, yeah? So nothing drooping, nothing hanging, everything lifted up. Quads lifting up, core is engaged. Find your breath. Find stillness here. Find your strength. Now walk the feet in a little closer, letting the booty go up in the air like dolphin pose. Head stays heavy. You're rooting down into the hands and the forearms. And imagine you're pressing them forward, trying to stretch the mat out. Draw the shoulders out of the ears, find your breath. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Keep your foot flexed and your hips in line. Come up on the left tippy toes and lower that right leg back down. Inhale, lift the left foot up. Foot is flexed, hips in line. Come up on the right tippy toes and lower the left foot back down. Now lower down to the knees. Untuck the toes, let your forehead rest in child's pose for one really deep, slow breath. And now come back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot reaches up high. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose and step it through, warrior one. Reach up out of the waist. So now, your right knee is over your ankle, right toes facing forward. Left toes kicked out at 45, but we're trying to get both hips facing forward. All right, so bring your hands to your hips. Make sure your knee is over your ankle and your knee is pointed straight forward. Now we're drawing the right hip back into the socket, trying to get the left hip forward so both hips can face forward, yeah? Draw the low belly in and up, reach up out of the waist. Maybe your hands come together, maybe you gaze up at the thumbs. Keep pressing the right knee forward, softening the shoulders down the back. Find your drishti, keep your gaze there. Stay with this breath. Now bring your hands through heart center, keep pressing the right knee forward. Turn and twist to the right, hook the elbow outside the knee for leverage. Use the leverage to twist the heart towards the thumbs, maybe towards the ceiling. Find a little more length in the spine and the back of the neck. Draw the shoulders out of the ears. Keep pressing the right knee straight forward. Feel the right hand pressing down into the left hand to roll the right shoulder back. Now come up on those left toes. Now open the arms up. Right arm reaching up, left arm reaching down. And keep rolling that right shoulder back. Maybe you can gaze up at the right hand. Right knee still pressing straight forward. We're going to come all the way up to reverse crescent. Keep the right knee deeply bent. Now find the back of the left thigh with the right hand. Reach the left hand up. Now lower the hands down to frame the foot and lower the left knee all the way down to the ground. Bring your hands inside that right foot. Walk your right foot out to the corner of your mat. Turn your toes out a little bit. And now maybe this is already enough, or maybe you want to lower down to the forearms. Maybe it feels good to rock to the outside edge of the right foot and let that right knee fall open. Maybe even helping it open with the right hand. Find stillness here. Stay with your breath. Slowly come back up onto the hands. And now we're gonna reach the right hand back, trying to grab onto the left foot. If it feels like there's no way you can grab a hold of it, try this. Try pressing your hips way back. Don't worry about how it looks. See if you can get a hold of that pinky toe side of the foot, and then you can sink back into it, all right? Maybe you're on the fingertips, maybe your palm is down flat. See if you can start to roll that right shoulder back and maybe gaze back over it. Maybe you're still rocking to the outside edge of the right foot and letting that right knee fall open. Take your breath right to that spot where you feel it the most. Invite that prana, that life energy to move through you here. Not as tightness, just as energy moving through you. Now slowly, very, very gently, release those left toes all the way to the ground, curl them under. Lower the right hand back down, shoot the right foot up, three-legged dog. Now bend the knee and open the hips. Your head is still heavy, your breath is still deep, but you're stacking the hips now. Sink into the left heel a little bit more, and now see if you can drop it all the way into Wild Thing. Pressing into the feet to lift through the hips. Reaching the right fingertips towards the front of your mats. Relax your head and your neck. Slowly come back to plank. And roll to the outside edge of your right foot, side plank. Keep your hips lifting, reach your left hand up. Maybe you can gaze up at it. Draw the low belly in and up, feel the strength in the right arm. Reach the left hand forward, slowly come down to plank and lower through chaturanga, leading back in downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left foot up. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, step it through like warrior one. Spin that right heel out and down, reach up out of the waist. Check in with the hips. Left knee over the ankle, left knee pointed straight forward. Draw the left hip back to draw the right hip forward. Low belly in and up, heart lifting. Reach up out of the waist, maybe squeezing the palms together and gazing up at the thumbs. Feel both feet pressing down into the ground. Bring your hands to your heart. Keep the length in your spine. Turn and twist to the left. Put the elbow outside the knee for leverage. Use that leverage. Maybe you can place the thumbs on the center of the chest. Keep the back of the neck long, but the chin away from the chest a little bit. Press the left knee forward. Now come up on those right toes. Open the arms up. Keep twisting the heart open. Rolling the left shoulder back. Gazing up at that left hand. We'll come all the way up to reverse it. Keep pressing the left knee forward. Left hand finds the back of the right thigh. Reach the right hand up. Lower the hands down to the ground. Lower the right knee to the ground. Walk the left foot out to the edge of the mat. Turn the toes out a little bit. Maybe lowering down to the forearms here. Maybe rocking to the outside edge of that left foot, letting that left knee fall open or helping it open. See if you can find that 4 or 5, maybe even 6 count. Inhale. Taking your breath right to that spot where you feel it the most. And on the exhale, trying to let some of this tension go. Slowly come back up, keeping the right hand planted. We'll reach the left hand back for that right foot. Maybe needing to shift the hips way back to grab a hold and then sinking back into it. Start to roll the left shoulder back and gaze back over it. Find stillness. Ever so slowly, those toes float down, curl them under. Shoot the left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips, keep your head heavy, stack the hips, slowly flip it over, Wild Thing. Pressing down into the feet to lift through the hips. Reach through the fingers, relax your head and your neck. Slowly come back to plank, roll to the outside edge of your left foot, side plank, other side. If you need to lower the left knee down, that's okay. Otherwise, lift your hips a little higher. Reach the right hand up. So obvious. Reach your right hand forward, slowly come down to plank and lower through chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. Okay, lower down to the knees. So we're gonna play with headstands. If you have a different arm balance or inversion in your practice, feel free to do that now. If you don't feel like you got it in you to go upside down today, no problem. Just straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. You can even do this against a wall if you like. We're just trying to drain the blood out of the feet and the legs. If you want to try going upside down, I will show you a way to try it if you like. So you can stack your shoulders right over your elbows to create the right distance, to create a cradle here with your hands for the back of your head. The very top of your head will come to the mat, so the back of your head gets cradled. And then you'll come up on the toes and walk the feet in as close as you can. And now you lift the right leg up high, coming up on those toes, and you'll see if you can just float those left toes up off the ground. See if you can pinpoint the part of your core you would need to strengthen to be able to come up with no momentum here, just slowly trying to float up. And then we'll switch and we'll reach the left foot up, coming up on the right toes. And again, trying to find that place in your core that you lift from to try to come up, maybe stacking shoulders over hips. Hips over shoulders, yeah. If you start to topple over, tuck your chin to your chest and just somersault out. Okay, it won't hurt at all, especially if you're on carpet. It's when you try to fight it and keep your neck stiff that you can hurt your neck, but you just tuck into a little ball and roll out. Now see if you can stay with your breath. See if you can find stillness even here. If you can continue to keep your focus and your breath and your gaze steady even when you're upside down, it's really good practice. So that's a lot of what we do in here is put ourselves in uncomfortable positions so we can learn to breathe first before we react or respond. Beautiful. Good job, guys. I don't think my monitor came back. All right, slowly come on back to your mat. I think I'm gonna put this down here. I don't feel like you can see me at all. That's why I haven't done any of the practice, but I'm just gonna put it here.
We're here.
Okay, we're gonna straighten. You are here.
Yeah, we're here.
Yay.
Yeah.
Good.
Mute.
All right, come back to your mat. Straighten your right leg out. Bringing the sole of your left foot to your thigh, creating this 90 degrees here. Now kick out through the right heel, drawing the toes back towards the face. Try to keep rooting into the sit bones as you inhale and reach up out of the waist. Now turn to the right to face out over that right leg and lengthen out. Try to grab the foot, but whatever you can grab onto here, just grab onto it. Now kick through the heel. Maybe you can even lift it off the ground and draw the toes back towards the face. Now keep pulling your heart a little closer to that foot, keeping your spine long. If you want to let your head get heavy, you can, but keep the heart lifted and your spine nice and long. Soften the shoulders down the back, soften the face, find your breath, find stillness here. And slowly come back up. Now slide that left foot out a little bit to get that shin parallel to the top edge of the mat. Flex that foot. And now stack your right ankle on top of your left knee. We're trying to get both shins parallel to the top edge of the mat. You might need to readjust the sit bones a little bit. So you're trying to get this knee all the way down to the ankle, but it might not happen. You might have a lot of space there. That's okay. If you want to help it down, you can slowly, gently rest a little bit of weight here. This might already be enough, but if you want to start to walk it forward, you can, letting your head become heavy. See if you can take your inhale right to that spot where you feel it the most and fill it all the way up. And on that exhale, giving your body permission to let go here, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Slowly come up, place the right foot outside the left knee. You might need to drag that left heel in a little closer to your glute. Try to get your right glute down. We're gonna turn and twist to the right, planting the right hand at the base of the spine to lengthen. Reach your left hand up. Hook the elbow outside the knee for leverage. Use that leverage. Turn to gaze over your right shoulder. Draw your right shoulder back a little more. Inhale a little more length into your spine, fill all the way up. Exhale, a little more depth in your twist. Soften the face and shoulders. Empty all the air. Twist a little more. 2 more breaths. Twist your spine open. Inhale, find a little more length. Exhale, a little more depth. One more time. You're nice and warm now. Really wring the spine out. Okay, keep the depth of your twist. So keep the elbow pressing into the knee. Slowly, just the head turns to gaze over the left shoulder. Gazing down the left shoulder a little bit, deepen the twist one more time, pressing the elbow into the knee to roll that right shoulder back. Now slowly, gently unwind through center, finding a little counter twist on the left. And slowly come back up. Now we're gonna switch, we're gonna straighten the left leg and bring the right foot into the thigh, creating that 90, kicking out through the left heel. Drawing the toes back, inhale, reach up out of the waist. Turn to face that left leg, lengthen out, grab what you can. Keep the heart reaching towards the foot, shoulders softening out of the ears, rooting into the sit bones. Find stillness here, stay with this breath a little bit longer. Inhaling length, exhaling a little more depth or a little more softness. Slowly come back up. Slide the right foot out to get that shin parallel to the top edge. Stack the left ankle on the right knee. Both shins parallel to top edge, both feet flexed. Maybe readjusting the sit bones. And now maybe helping that left knee down a little bit. Starting to walk it forward if you want a little bit more. Let your head become heavy. Now see if you can really commit to this last little part of class. We don't have too many breaths left to take here together today. See if you can really make each one count, making it last as long as you possibly can. Slowly come back up. Place that left foot outside the right knee. Maybe draw the right heel in a little closer. Try to lower the left glute down. Turn and twist to the left, planting the left hand at the base of the spine to lengthen the spine. Reach the right arm up. Hook the elbow outside the knee for leverage. Use that leverage. Pull the left shoulder back. Gaze out over it. Wring your spine out. Inhale, sit bones press down, lengthen up, fill up. Chin is parallel to the ground. Exhale, draw that left shoulder back. Push the right elbow into the knee. Twist a little more. 2 more breaths, make them count. Keeping your depth here, slowly just your head turns to gaze out over the right shoulder. Easing down the shoulder, deep in your twist. Slowly, gently unwind through center. Find a little counter twist on the right. And slowly come back to center. Bring both your feet flat on the ground, reach your hands forward, and slowly roll back onto your back, pressing down into the feet. Hug your knees into your chest. Now let your legs go long on the mat. Spread your feet as wide as your mat. Let your toes fall open. Tuck your chin just a little bit to keep the back of the neck long. Close your eyes. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And now we let go of controlling the breath. We let go of controlling anything. Just noticing the gentle rise and fall of your belly, like the ocean's tide. As you inhale, the tide comes in and fills you all the way up. And as you exhale it all back out to sea. Now imagine that after this exhale, there's a whole nother layer or level of unwind just waiting for you here. See if you can give yourself permission to really let go, feeling the weight of your head and your neck and your shoulders melting into the mat. Invite a deeper breath back into the body. And as you start to just barely move your fingers and your toes, feel that sensation of life, that awareness of the inner body coming back. And when you're ready, slowly roll onto your right side. This pose is supposed to remind us to be gentle with ourselves. So imagine you're holding yourself here just like you would hold a small child, with lots of love and encouragement, no judgment. One more breath, just holding yourself here sweetly. And when you're ready, slowly drag yourself up. Let your head be heavy. Keep your eyes closed. Come back to a comfortable seat with your legs crossed. Now we're going to take all the good energy we created during class together in our hands above the head. Inhale, reach out, squeeze your palms together. Feel all that energy here in your hands. Bring it all down to the forehead for good, pure thoughts. Down to the lips for good, pure communication. And down to the heart for good, pure intentions. Let your head bow to the wisdom of the heart. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. May our thoughts and actions in some way contribute to that. Namaste.